Hello.
I can't get TikToks going.
Can you not?
No, because you're not sent that code.
What's that?
Wait.
Laura, we had a look at that credit report I've sent you.
Not yet.
Yeah, you can come in. What?
Yeah.
What said?
Did you want me to look at the credit report?
Did you have a look at the one I sent you before?
Whose credit report?
Dave's, on the group.
I haven't opened up my phone.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Right, okay.
I've no idea what this one is that she's put on.
It's not put on yet, that time.
Is it not live?
Not yet. Only on that one.
Oh, right, okay.
It's alright, there's no people on here.
Right, okay. All right, fair enough. No, so I'm in the middle of doing some work.
Right, okay.
So what I've done is I've just done that bluestone, that dip with bluestones, haven't I?
Yeah.
So I'm just doing notes now, but
You just tried ringing me. I'll have a look in a minute and just see if there's anything on there. Not that I can answer the phone anyway.
yeah. I'm trying to. I've got a lot. Honestly, Chris, I'm proper snowed under. I've got
Okay.
loads of work to do.
Okay.
I don't know how to divide my time. It's like I'm trying to do this with this and that with this, and then I'm like, because I want to do it. Because I want to do it properly and not rush.
Okay.
But, yeah, I need some chocolate.
What do you want?
Oh, it's got a shop.
I was thinking about. I really fancy a chocolate tea cake.
A chocolate one?
Tea cake. Did you buy the tea cakes in there?
Yeah, you know I did. I told you I did.
Can I have one?
Yeah, that's why I bought them.
Alright, thank you.
Well, I'll pop you on in a minute now.
Right, so YouTube, we've been on for 3 minutes and no one's come on yet.
Okay. But don't forget you've got much less Hollywood on there.
But it's open to the public, so at least the longer we're on, the more
Yeah.
chance of someone coming on.
Popping on, yeah. Okay.
Which one are you going?
Live. Not approved. Remove the content, but by I can't put your email address in the.
Which one do you want on mine?
I can't put the email address. But it can be added, so it's fine. Anything mortgage related. There we go. Done. Display live. Just don't get violated.
What do you mean? How do you do that?
You can't mention things like other platforms,
Right, okay.
or at least you couldn't at the other place.
Just maybe saying it.
So, and if you do, you get violations.
So which one's that?
This one's TikTok.
This one's,
This one's Instagram.
right, so you need to do Facebook and mine.
Yes, please.
How'd you do it?
Just go.
Oh,
Oh, it's gonna be
it's gonna be
there.
oh, he's actually doing it.
You've not written anything in your description.
Oh shit, I keep forgetting I'm live on this one.
Why did you do it? Can't come up.
I don't know. Oh, fuck's sake. Fuck.
That's what I mean. Oh dear.
I'm gonna have to buy 3 more phones, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, it depends on. Well, you will be doing this, so.
What I thought is, you know, like the Spud man in their thing, they've got cameras.
Constantly live.
We could just
live
have
stream.
cameras.
Sure, you've got GDPR and stuff like that. You can't have live cameras.
Of course you can. There's one there. You not noticed that one, have you?
Right, that one's ready to go as soon as you press. Without knocking everybody off. Let's just look. Oh, I'll change you around.
Actually, no, it's just gone Siri.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
God, that's just so...
Right, you sort out where you're happy.
I need to get rid of the dolce. Oh my God.
Why have you got it on?
Just...
You show you that you've got a disco. Happy with the blue?
Yeah.
Okay, happy?
It's changed.
Having a party. You're on a disco. See how fun we are at
Oh
GoMortgage.
my God.
Okay, are you happy?
Yeah.
Right. Go live. Go live.
So, do we not want to... Do we not want to put him on here for who can respond as well?
If you want. I'm really conscious that I'm in your shop there.
Oh, that doesn't matter, does it?
I'm going to go get my laptop.
Okay. For how long?
There's just a few commitments I want to say where the
Sarah Days in the house.
9 viewers. They're going up. You might want to talk.
Second.
Might want to talk.
Come on, someone ask me a mortgage question. Do you know which one's which on it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'll just be interesting to see which.
Instagram, Facebook.
Right, okay. Yeah, that looks right, because with the views on Facebook.
Yeah.
Fire any mortgage questions over to me. So when you used to do it,
Yeah.
how long would you just do it?
You just go straight
All
off
day.
because then people will just be chit chatting away
Yeah.
and whatnot. Swear.
What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, so they're coming in on TikTok. Hello, guys. Right, guys, Chris is here. So if you've got any questions, anything mortgage related, anything that you've been wondering that you're not quite sure of, Chris is going to answer some questions. So make sure you pop them in the comments down below, and Chris will be reading them out at the moment. So let's go for how are the rates at the moment?
Generally coming down. Obviously, a lot of the lenders, even though the Bank of England has not reduced the base rate, the lenders are still reducing the interest rates. So they are much lower than they have been for a long time.
Can you consolidate debt into a mortgage, and do lenders do that, or is it best to take a loan?
Good question. Obviously, it depends on your circumstances. If you've got equity in your property, then yes, but you've just got to remember that you're turning short-term debt into long-term debt. So obviously, even though you can be a lot better off monthly, you're going to have the debt for a lot longer. So that's just something to bear in mind. But we do a lot of debt consolidation. So if you need some help, drop us an email.
Can you buy a house with a pre-settled status? Thanks.
Yeah, again, we have lots of lenders that will. A lot of the time, they do want a bigger deposit, and it depends how long you've been in the country. But if you've been in the country for longer than 2 years, we've got lenders that will do it with a 10% deposit.
Thinking of joint mortgage application with my partner, but her credit report is so terrible. Do we stand a chance at all?
Again, a lot of the time, it's in relation to how much deposit you've got. If you've got a decent sized deposit, there's probably going to be options. If it's affordable just in your name, then obviously you can look at just a mortgage in your single name and then look to get your partner on in the future. But there will be options providing you've got a big enough deposit.
Is it easy to remortgage a house to pay off the Help to Buy equity loan?
Yes, it is. Again, providing the equities in the property, there's lots of lenders that will do that.
Done that one. Thinking of joint mortgage application with my partner. I've just read that one, sorry. We are due for remortgage in December 2025. Is it worth overpaying at the moment? Our current rate is 1.75%.
So I do the same with my own mortgage. I overpay each month, so that my mortgage is due in October this year, and I've got into the habit of paying what I'm gonna be paying. So obviously, there's two ways. You can either put the money away in savings, where you're probably going to be getting a better interest rate than overpaying on your mortgage. But if you're either saving or overpaying on your mortgage, you're going to be getting used to what you're going to be paying when the remortgage is due, especially if that rate is going to be more than what you're paying now.
So, Cam Reed, I pay 900 rent a month between me and my girlfriend, 600 for my car, 240 for car insurance, earn around 35,000 before tax per year. I'd have to get rid of my car for a cheaper one before applying for a mortgage, would I?
It depends how much you earn.
Yeah.
So obviously, the car insurance, they don't take that into consideration. Anything that's on your credit report, so car loans, car finance, credit cards, that's what you're going to that's going to reduce your affordability potentially, but it depends how much you earn.
Can you have two people named on the property but only have one person on the mortgage?
Can you have two people named on the property but only have one person named on the mortgage? So
I think you've stumped him
can
there.
you have two? I've got a mind blank. Can you have two people named on the property but only have one person on the mortgage? It would depend on the lender. So if the lender's happy with that, then I don't see why it would be a problem, as long as the lender agrees to it, because they're the ones lending the money.
With bad credit score, what's the change of getting mortgage?
Chance.
Chance, I think you mean there, yeah.
Yeah. Again, depends on the size of your deposit. If you've got a big deposit, there will be options, and it depends what the bad credit is. So a lot of the time, if you've got like mortgage arrears, you might need to have 12 months consistent paying that mortgage before a lender will lend. If you're a first time buyer and you've got bad credit, you might just need a bigger deposit.
Harmon saying, thanks Chris for answering. We'll contact you personally through email and phone. You guys are doing a great job and I love your videos. Oh, thanks. See? This face. Right. So if you do have any questions, make sure you are popping them down below. Chris is here for a little while just to answer some questions that you might be having. Jessica, would you recommend paying off debts before looking into a mortgage?
Depends how much you earn, and it depends how much those debts are affecting your affordability. So potentially you might need to pay off some debts. If you've got a really good income, then it might not be an issue.
Someone asked earlier about 1% mortgages. What are your thoughts?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think obviously the one main thing that people are going to have to sort of think about is negative equity if house prices did come down. But for a lot of people who are renting, they can't literally afford to save a deposit. So to try and find 1% is going to be a lot easier than finding 5 or 10. So I think it's a good idea, generally.
What is your best advice for first-time buyers?
Speak to a mortgage broker, get agreed in principle, know what your options are.
Good. Can you use a LISA, we're buying a house together where one person is a first-time buyer and one is not?
Generally, if one person is not a first, I'm going to Google that. LISA where one applicant is not a first-time buyer. Because the LISA is different to the previous Help to Buy ISA. Yeah, you can. Whereas the old Help to Buy ISA, you couldn't. So yeah, you can.
There you go. Bit of a.
I had to Google that one, sorry.
What's the? Oh, I've done that one. I'm sure I missed one earlier. I'll find you in a minute. Can I change my current property into a buy-to-let so I can buy another one as my main home?
Yes, you can. And it's called a let to buy because you're letting out your current property to buy another one. So again, providing there's enough equity in the property, because generally you're going to need a 25% deposit. As long as you meet that criteria, then yeah, you can.
Okay, for context, I earn 75k per year, but my partner has put credit. She obviously would like to be named on the property. I earn enough to get the mortgage we require, but her credit could affect this, so it would be easier just applying for the mortgage myself.
Yeah, it's all well and good wanting to be on the mortgage, but obviously, like you say, if there's bad credit, you're probably going to have to go to an adverse lender. So it might be that to begin with, you have the property in your name, and then as time goes by and her credit report gets better, you can add it to the mortgage in the future. That would be what I would be doing, rather than going to an adverse lender and paying a higher interest rate.
Got some quite lengthy ones coming in, thanks for these. Does CCJ affect my mortgage application? I have one which has been satisfied 5 years before. Trying to improve my credit score, last 5 years, no issues, no default, but credit score doesn't want to move higher. I spoke with you a couple of months before, but you asked to wait until sort my wife's visa, which will happen next month.
So if it's just a CCJ and it was 5 years ago, it might not be as much of an issue, but it depends what else is on your credit file. If there's missed payments or defaults, then obviously it depends how recent they are.
Let's go to Instagram. Obviously, interest rates have been high in recent years and are now coming down quite a bit. Is there a new normal percent rate, and where do you see that?
Currently, or obviously where they're heading, hopefully they're just going to keep going down. Obviously at the moment, it depends on the loan to value. So we're seeing rates for the first time under 4%, but that's obviously for the really low loan to values.
For directors of limited companies, is it better to use a tax efficient salary and dividend or increase the pay payments?
Depends how much of the limited company you own. If you own more than 25%, you're classed as self-employed regardless. So a lot of lenders will look at salary and dividend. Some lenders will look at salary and net profit. So it depends on your personal circumstances.
Lewis, I have 3 CCJs, 2 from 2020 and 1 from 2022. All come to 5,500. My partner owns a house and deposit will be around 30 grand. I earn 50 to 60 a year. Will we stand a good chance?
I have CCJ from 2
from 2020 and 1 from 2022.
4 years, 18 months. Obviously, it depends what your purchase price is. So if your deposit is, if you've got a decent sized deposit, which you have, owned house and deposit will be around 30 grand. You might need a bigger deposit.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on how the market is going to go over the next 12 months, especially with the issues that are being experienced in the world at the moment?
Crystal ball time, no idea. Hopefully, obviously with the general election next year or later on in the year, I think generally it'll be pretty good this year. But obviously nobody knows what's around the corner, so anything could happen.
Ben, right to buy scheme. Are there lenders that will use your discount as a deposit?
Yes, there are. Obviously, depends on your circumstances. So if you've got bad credit, potentially you might get to put a little bit of your own money in, but generally, with Right to Buy, you can use the full discount as your deposit, yeah. We've got lots of lenders that will do that.
Can't watch it now. Is it possible to save this live? Yeah, we should be able to repost it later on if there is anybody that is wanting to ask questions. But we do have a hints and tips group as well over on Facebook. Mention Facebook, don't mind. So yeah, if you do want to join it, hints and tips is there for you. And also, if anyone wants to go over to our GoMortgage page on any of the platforms, there'll be lots of info on there as well. So there is lots of places to go. If you do need any help, feel free to drop a message to us as well. Yeah, it's all very different. Camilla, hey, from Sheffield. Hello there. Love your videos and funny hearing your voice for once. Well, this is funny, guys, because
I don't speak.
I've been trying to get him to get on and use his voice, and here he is. He's very brave, bless him. So thanks, Camilla. Thank you for watching the videos.
And we are going to be doing lots more, hopefully on YouTube, where I am going to have to speak.
Yes. But for now, we'll hopefully I'll get to do these once a week for you all. Another question. Me and my wife earning 35k a year. Am I eligible, or is it enough to buy a house?
Yeah, so obviously any income's good. It depends where you live in the country and how much a property is going to cost you. But yeah, based on 35 grand, you're probably going to be looking. Obviously, depends on dependents and kids and credit commitments. Generally, you're probably going to be looking around like 150 to 160 grand max loan. So yeah, it just depends what you can buy in your area for that.
Angela, can I get a second mortgage as a buy-to-let, and how much deposit?
Yes, you can. Generally, for a buy-to-let, you're looking at 20-25% deposit. So yeah, as long as the rental income stacks up, you shouldn't have an issue.
Libby, inherited property that needs renovation. How easy is it to use equity for a mortgage?
So again, down to affordability in your personal circumstances. If this is your only property and you've got an income, then yeah, you should be able to remortgage and pull out some equity to renovate it.
Jamie, so, I like the dots. Sounds like we're going to be on story time. So, fully employed basis, but 0-hour contracts. Low credit, but gradually building. 10% deposit. Would I be accepted by the big banks?
As long as you've done the 0-hour contract for 12 months, because every lender's going to want a 12-month history, then yeah, obviously credit-wise, it depends what the issues are, but we've got plenty of lenders that will lend adversely with a 10% deposit.
Emma, hi. On a right to buy, I'm on the tenancy, but my partner isn't. Can he still help with the mortgage?
So with the right to buy, generally it has to be a family member or somebody who's been living in the property and contributed. So potentially you can use him, yeah.
Good. Ben, do you deal in mortgages in the north and south of Ireland?
Just the north, not the Republic.
There we go. That's simple. Right, Stacey, stuck in the rent cycle. Rent is astronomical, £1,300. How do we get out of this and buy?
Approach your landlord. If your landlord will sell the property to you, it's affordable and potentially they can give you a bit of a discount. You could use that discount as your equity, so you won't need a deposit that way. Other than that, it's just a case of cutting where you can, anything, and saving up for a deposit, and hope that these 1% deposits come in.
Angela, if you message the page, if you message us on to our inbox, then absolutely someone will get in touch with you. That's not a problem. That goes for anyone else on any of the platform. If you drop us a message into our inbox, one of our brokers will get back to you. Siobhan, we had a 5 years fixed mortgage, which is due to end in October. What's the process? Does the mortgage company send us a new rate in the coming months, or do we need to go back to a broker?
You don't need to go back to a broker. It depends how much you want to do yourself. So yeah, depending on who the lender is, they will obviously have they should have product transfer rates where you can just switch the product. Usually you get a better rate shopping around. So that's what we do. We will shop around and get the best rate for you. But it just depends what lender that you are with.
Okay, Jamie, I've literally got one default and it was for £50. from 2018. I can't remember what you asked before, Jamie, now, in your previous question. Did Chris answer it? Oh, this is another big one. Ashvin, I currently have an interest-only mortgage on my property. I'm 59 years old. My husband receives pension. Unable to put down my deposit. The mortgage stands at 84,000. The property is worth around 200,000. I would like to get a repayment mortgage on my property. Is this possible? As an alternative, would my two sons be able to take out a mortgage on my property?
So obviously, providing it's affordable, you can switch it to a repayment mortgage. Obviously, with your age, you're going to be limited to the term, but you can definitely look into that. And it might be that one of your sons goes on the mortgage with you. There are some lenders where the term isn't an issue, but the majority, you're going to be limited with the term due to retirement age.
Okay, let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Saz. Can you add the stamp duty to the value of the mortgage, or do you have to pay it outright?
You have to pay it outright, or obviously if you've got a big deposit and it's not 5%, you could just reduce the deposit that you're putting down and use your deposit money to pay your stamp duty. But usually, well, you have to pay your stamp duty within 14 days of completion.
Okay, Chris, can I purchase a property via a concessionary purchase from a parent without a deposit?
Yes, you can. We do it all the time. Lots of lenders absolutely fine with a concessionary purchase.
Angela, how much can my daughter and partner get against a £50,000 combined salary, no kids? Can they get a 95% or 100% mortgage?
100% mortgage, there's only one lender that does it, and the criteria is quite strict, so they have to have been rented and meet lots of different bits of criteria. Based on the 50 grand salary, yeah, obviously depends on dependents and credit commitments, but anything up to a maximum of 250 grand. And obviously depending on the credit rating, then yeah, obviously a 5% is possible, provided they meet the criteria.
Maddie, what's the best sort of mortgage to purchase an Airbnb property?
It's a specialist mortgage, so lots of buy-to-let lenders don't like Airbnbs, but we have lots of lenders that would just have specific products for an Airbnb. So it'd just be a more specialist lender.
Katie, do you do anything in shared ownership, including staircasing?
Yeah, all the time. So if you need some help, Katie, get in touch.
Send us a message. One of our brokers are happy to help you. Naz, hi, we'll try to keep this short and simple. I recently, oh gosh, I've lost the start of your message, there you go, resigned from a company which I was the director of and now on the pay receiving salary of 70k for the past 3 months. And it's my only income. My partner is on a 19,000 salary part-time. We're looking to put down a 5% deposit on a house for 370,000 residential mortgage. Just wanted to know how strictly lenders will look into this case, and if we have a chance of getting mortgage approved. Of course, we do understand there are other factors that would be looked at in terms of affordability, but just wanted to get the high level advice. Thank you, Chris.
Lenders and underwriters aren't stupid. If you've been a director of a company and then suddenly gone PAYE and you're not a director anymore, but you're getting paid from that company, they're going to look into it, they'll do the research, so they're going to ask lots of questions. If you've sold that property and become a consultant and you're still there as an employee, different, but obviously they're looking for reasons not to lend. So if you've just done it for affordability to get pay slips, they're going to know that straight away.
Perfect. Let's go through. Is there any more questions that are waiting? I think we're all caught up. Is there anyone else that wants to ask us a question? Because I think we're soon gonna pop off. And if anybody does have any questions that we can't answer or you're not able to ask right now, do pop into our inbox because we literally, that's the fastest way you're going to get a result from us. Oh, here they come, a few more. Hi Chris, is it ever likely for the rate to be like pre-COVID? We owe 97,000 and a house value 200,000. What could our best rate be next year?
Pre-COVID rates, I personally don't think they're going to go back anywhere near where they were. I think they'll probably be sort of around 3-4% eventually. I think they'll continue to come down a bit, but I don't think they're going to be sort of under 1% where they were like COVID times. Rate-wise, you could be looking at anything from sort of 4 to 4.5% at the moment.
Oliver on Instagram, Jewel, please answer. I haven't had a question from you, so I can't answer it at the moment. If you want to retype it, then absolutely we'll answer it. Zaim, I have a CCJ for a £500 credit card 3 years ago and I'm self-employed. Can I get mortgage for a £500,000 mortgage?
Depends how much you earn. If you earn 500, if you earn over 110 grand a year and you've got low credit commitments, no dependents, yeah, obviously it's all stacked up around your affordability and your income.
Can you get a mortgage for buy-to-let without a deposit?
No.
Short and sweet. Rachel, can you get a mortgage with 2 defaults?
Yeah, providing it's affordable and you've got a deposit.
Natalie, can you get a mortgage with an overdraft?
Yeah, I mean, provided it's conducted, the bank account's conducted well. Lenders typically don't like it when you're living your overdraft, but there are lenders that are fine with it. As long as it's conducted well, you're not going over it, an unauthorised overdraft, yeah, you should be fine.
Sharon just asked, is it possible to get a mortgage with my daughter? She's an apprentice.
Depends on age and term. Yes is the answer, but obviously you might be limited with term. We do have the odd lender where they don't go off the oldest applicant, so they'll go off the younger person's age for the term, but limited with options with that. But yes, it's possible. Can
we get 100% mortgage with an IV when an IVA has finished?
No. I mean, typically you're going to need the day after the IVA is finished, you're probably going to need a 25-30% deposit. As time goes on, that will reduce, but getting a 100% mortgage is going to be probably a doubtful, to be honest with you. I thought to buy my council house, I just started working, but I have a gifted deposit. If you want to buy your council house and you're going to get the discount, you can use the discount as your deposit, so you might not even need a gifted deposit. In regards to obviously just starting work, that's not an issue. Some lenders are absolutely fine. Some lenders you might need 1 month's pay slip, some might need 3 months, but typically we'll have options for you. I am right to buy. Can you borrow more? Sometimes yes is the answer. It depends on the lender, so it depends on your personal circumstances and what lender we can go to. How much more am I looking at as a private hire driver, as a first time buyer, over 20 grand saved? Depends how much you earn.
They didn't answer their question, now did they? Okay, any more questions then before we end the lives? Like I said, pop us a message to any of our social platforms and Chris and the team will be happy to reply to you. Don't forget, we have also got our hints and tips page over on other platforms as well. So if you are looking to get any info, that is a great place to start. But I think we might all be done with our questions for this Monday afternoon. Sharon Scarlett, yes. Are you... Sharon, have you asked a question? Oh, great content. Thanks, Paul. Does a first-time buyer pay stamp duty?
Depends on the purchase price. Obviously, there is an allowance, so not always, no.
When can you lend more?
How much should I earn as a company director to get a house of 495? You're going to be looking around 100 grand a year.
Not bad, not bad. Just typing it out, but not the fast. Don't worry, Sharon. Not to worry. Best email to send questions to you guys.
Chirs Days days@gomortgage.co.uk.
47% will be discount. I feel like I need to go back, Natalie, on your question.
Put a comment in the put a question in the comments and we'll respond to it as well.
Ben, the main man when it comes to mortgage advice. Love his content. It's always nice to see. It's nice to actually get a voice to the face that you do see in all the reels, isn't it?
No,
It's lovely.
it's not.
Another question. Is it best to purchase property outright with mortgage or shared ownership?
Is it best to purchase property outright with mortgage or shared ownership? Don't really understand that, to be honest with you. I mean, oh, right, so obviously just buy normal property or shared ownership property. Me personally, I would always go for normal property and not shared ownership because you're not limited to what you can and can't do. But obviously for some people in certain areas where house prices are really high, shared ownership is a great option just to get on the ladder. How much does having each dependent child affect borrowing amount? It depends on the lender. So sometimes it won't have a massive effect. Sometimes, obviously, if you've got a few kids, a bit of credit, it can have a bit of an impact.
Okay. So I think with our Instagram, that one's ended. So let's have a look. Where did you get up to, Chris? You are so helpful. Thanks, Nicola. How much does having each dependent? Oh, you've just done that one, haven't you? Can you lend more money on my current mortgage? Currently have 82,000 and I want 31,000.
And is that not I earn instead of I won?
Possibly.
So
Maybe have it as you will.
I mean, based on 31, if you've got no kids and no credit commitments, max loan of about 140.
Sharon, great idea on the live questions. Yes, Chris will be doing these a lot more, guys. Connor, I'm self-employed. My gross income is 41,000, but my net profit is 36,000 before tax. Will they accept 36,000 as my figure, or will they deduct 20% of that figure, as I have to pay 20% of that figure to the tax man?
Need to read that. I'm self-employed. My gross income is 41, but my net. So it goes when you're self-employed, it goes off your total income received. Will they accept 36 as my figure, or will they deduct 20%? No, so they'll go off. So on your SA 302s, whatever your net income received is, that is what we work out your max loan on.
There you go.
So look at your tax calc. It's on there. Just answer the call.
I've just answered a random call. I apologise, people. Sorry about that. We've just gone off there. I just answered a random person's call. Hey guys, what's the best credit file to use as I currently pay for Check My File? Is that the right one?
100%. That's the only one that we will use. I use it myself. I pay for it every month. It's just by far the best, as it was the three main credit agencies on the one report. So yeah, carry on using that.
My council flat is worth £750,000. We will get a £100,000 discount. How much must my husband and I earn in order to get a mortgage?
A lot. So 650. Let's just say we can get 5 times income.
750.
100 grand deposit.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Keep up, Joe.
Sorry.
Your income needs to be around 130 grand with no credit commitments and no dependents.
When fixed rate ends, is it best to shop around or enter a new fixed rate with the same lender?
For all our clients, we check both options. So occasionally it is better to stay with the same lender, but generally you get a better rate by shopping around.
Okay, just about to start a new job. Do I need 3 months pay slip showing salary, or will a lender work off a contract of employment?
Good
Thanks.
question. So, I mean, it depends on your circumstances. We do have lenders that we can go off the contracts of employment, but obviously if people have got, say, adverse credit, we might be more limited to what we can do, and then you might need 3 months pay slips. But yeah, we can work off contracts of employment.
Hi there, my partner has never owned a home before and I haven't had a mortgage for 13 years. When we apply for a mortgage together, I'm guessing we wouldn't qualify for the first time buyer deals.
Depends on the lender. Some lenders, if you've ever owned a house, you're not a first time buyer, same with land registry. Whereas other lenders, if you've not earned within a certain amount of time, they will class you as a first time buyer again. So you might be.
Great, thank you. Love the Facebook group. Thank you, Sharon. Please consider doing a live session in the evening too.
Okay.
I have told him, guys. This is his first one and he's loving live today, aren't you, Chris?
I'm over the moon.
You are. You're loving it. Angela, what are your fees for doing a mortgage application?
Good question. Depends. Typically for a remortgage, we charge around 395, and for a purchase, typically around 595.
There you go, guys. So we're all caught up on our questions. I'm going to give it one more ask. Is there any more? Anyone else wanting to ask a question before he runs away and tells me he never wants to do this again? But I think it's good. I think it's good that we get to do some live questions with you all, because sometimes catching everyone's comments on our reels and things, we need to make sure we actually see you all. Martin, pay off mortgage in full, or would there be any future benefits of leaving a bit in?
Depends on your personal circumstances. If you've got a mortgage where the rate's 1.5%, even just putting that money in the bank account, you're going to get more interest. So it depends on personal circumstances. Some people want to be mortgage free. Me personally, I'd probably keep a bit of a mortgage and invest the rest of the money.
Philip, when are those fees due to be paid?
We take all our fees on application.
Siobhan, definitely keep up with the lives, Chris. So helpful. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Sharon, as I only caught this live session as work from home, please help people working in the office by doing a session. Oh, thanks, Sharon. We'll take that on. I'm sure I can talk him into doing one for you. That's not a problem. But I think we're going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in and watching. Chris will be back weekly from now on. Possibly two. Sharon,